Normally at this time of the year, it's a bit early to be talking about the next FIFA, but this year news started circulating around December time because of all the leaks that were coming out between FIFA and EA Sports about the name change. We since know that this news is confirmed and FIFA 24 will be changing to EA Sports FC. But alongside this news, we heard a lot of rumors and saw a number of leaks around FIFA 23. This included new chemistry changes, how EA is going to make Ultimate Team free to play, the World Cup modes that will be coming to the game, and a number of other features. And with all of this news, it got me thinking about the next Ultimate Team and the features that players would like to see. So within this video, we are going to be discussing some of those ideas. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to get some very easy coins, then there is no better place than Mule Factory. Head over there to get yourself some cheap, fast FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic5 at checkout, you'll also get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. And getting back into the video, I want to start off by saying that this is just a bit of fun. I mix some of my ideas with some of your ideas, but it doesn't mean that any of these features are actually coming to FIFA 23. And it certainly doesn't mean that the majority of the community would like to see some of these changes. It's fair to say that we all have different ideas on what would make a good foot. What I like is completely different to what you like, so with all of that in mind, feel free to leave all the different features that you would like to see within FIFA 23 within the comment section down below. So the first thing on my list is to bring back tournaments. Tournaments used to be a thing within FUT but was removed, I believe, in FIFA 17. FIFA 17 was the year in which FUT had a complete overhaul as it brought in FUT champions, division rivals, and also squad battles. It was actually a bit of a crossover between FIFA 16 where we did have FUT Draft. FUT Draft was brought into the game as a way for you to trial out a number of different players while still having it within a tournament or cup layout. You'll go through 4 matches, each of them slowly progressing you to that final match, which would be the final. And if you win, that is where you get the biggest reward, whereas with tournaments, that is where you got a reward. It wasn't necessarily big because I believe you was only able to get anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 coins. And what was a shame about these tournaments is that EA removed them just when they were getting good. For many FIFAs, these were pretty basic as they did only have a gold cup, a silver cup, and a bronze cup. But in the final year of tournaments, that is when they used to implement different types of team of the season tournaments which you would be able to play through, and if you won all 4 matches, that is when you could win one of those team of the season players. Of course, it did get incredibly sweaty at this time, but it was also incredibly fun. And personally, I never felt that way with FUT Draft, so I never enjoyed that layout. I always wanted to play with my team, progress all the way to the final, and then win that only to restart the beginning and go through the whole process again. Number 2, we have player loans for a period of time, whether it be days or even matches. Now, there was a time within FIFA where you could submit trade offers. If you're not familiar how this would work, it's quite simple. If you went onto the transfer market and you was looking to buy Messi, but unfortunately you didn't have the coins, you could submit a trade offer. A trade offer didn't matter about your coin balance because you could submit one of the players within your club as an offer to swap with another player. So if you did go through the transfer market and you wanted to buy Messi, but you just didn't have enough, you could submit an offer where you submit Neymar for Messi. And if the person that owned Messi accepted that deal, they would get Neymar and you would get Messi. Unfortunately, trade offers were taken away from FIFA in FIFA 15, and this was a way for EA to prevent coin sellers from selling players and coins. Now to this day, coin sellers is still a thing. There's a sponsorship on this video, and it's unlikely that we will ever see trade offers again, but we can have a variation of it with loaned players between friends. Let's say I had Icon Moments Garincha within my club, but I wasn't using him. That's not to say that I won't ever use him again. I like him and he's first owner, so he's always going to stay in my club. But let's say one of my friends wanted to use Icon Moments Garincha. What I can do is send that player over to him, but he doesn't actually own the card. Instead, he gets a loan version of that card where it'll have a certain amount of games, which we negotiated, or it'll be a certain amount of days. And whilst my friend is playing with this Icon Moments Garincha, every single time that they do play a match with that player, I can get a percentage of the match rewards at the end of that game. Just as an example. This will be a great way for people to try out a number of different players and trade, as in loan players between their friends and other clubs. And number 3, we have full movement with position modifiers. I can't believe that we're in FIFA 22 and we're still not allowed to move a centre back to a centre defensive mid position. Of course, you can take a centre back and put him in the centre defensive mid position, but he will always be on slightly weaker chem. He will never have full chem. I really don't see the issue of having position modifiers where you can convert any player to any position. If you want to play a right back at left mid, by all means, let them go for it. I know that there is a group of people within the FIFA community that say, well, that isn't real. If there's a right back that always plays in the right back position within real life, they shouldn't be able to move out of that position. But remember, this is your ultimate team. This is a game. There's nothing stopping any manager taking a right back in real life and placing them in any area of the pitch. You should be able to do the exact same thing with your ultimate team. Now, the topic that we're talking about is being able to change positions, but another way that EA can do it is moving on to our 4th point, and this is removing chemistry. If you remove chemistry, it also means that you've removed positions, and it really doesn't matter. There has actually been a few leaks about chemistry within FIFA 23, and supposedly it is changing. It said that it looks like every league and nation will link together. Chemistry will be replaced by stars, and a team can get up to a maximum of 3 stars. And I'm hoping that this would give players a lot more freedom to put players exactly where they want to put them and build their truly ultimate team. Now, the last change that I would like to see, and out of everything on this list, I think that this is a must, and this is of course a gifted win after your opponent quits at 0-0. This has been one of the biggest complaints within FIFA 22 because before this, you never had opponents quitting to this scale. Every single week when we go into the weekend league, there are players that would quit every single one of their matches just to claim their rewards quickly. This is the first year ever where you are rewarded for losing. And I haven't got a problem with that, as I am one of those players that do quit my games. But when I quit, I always make sure to score an own goal so that once I do leave the match, my opponent that I played against gets the win. If you quit when it's 0-0, you still get the loss, but for your opponent, that game never counted. One simple change that EA can make is for that game to count for the opponent as well, so that once you quit your game at 0-0, you get the loss, but your opponent will still get the win. Now, these are some of the ideas that I would like to see within FIFA 23. I know not all of them have a chance of being added, especially bringing back some of the old gameplay mechanics, but I would definitely like to see that one right at the end of gifting wins to your opponent. Now, for this video, it's not just about me. I also went over to the YouTube community tab and I did submit a post asking you guys what you would like to see within the next FIFA, whether it be completely new mechanics, improvements to existing features, or a request for old features to be added back into FUT. Thanks to those that did respond, and if you would like to have your comments featured within a future video, just leave them in the comment section for this video for the chance to be featured. Plus, also keep an eye out for any community tabs that I post within the future. The first comment comes from Johnsy, and he says, I've said this for ages. They should add a roulette type or gambling type machine where if you get a row of the same card, you either win that card or a reward. What Johnsy is on about is FIFA slot machines, where it'll have a roulette of a number of different players, and if you get all the 3 the same, well, you win that player. Now, EA does have a problem with gambling, as that was part of the court cases a few years ago, and if they did go for slot machines, it's gonna be a lot harder. But I will say that slot machines is something popular that we have seen within the community before. There's been a number of videos from top FIFA content creators in the previous FIFAs where they did do slot machine type FIFA videos. I don't actually see how this would be different from PAX, as PAX is pretty much gambling as it is. Either way, this is still a different way and something that could be a bit fresher than actually going through packs. And you never know, maybe EA will do this as a pack animation or something one day, considering this year we didn't really get one compared to what we had within FIFA 21. Next comment comes from Braggis, and they say trading with other players. Example, you have a player that your friend wants and you don't, so you can give it to him. Braggis is talking on the similar lines to what we said within this video. You was able to do trade offers at the beginning of FIFA Ultimate Team, but was taken out in FIFA 15. And it would be nice if you can have a similar system, but not exactly the same, where you can trade or even loan out players. And a final comment comes from Monty, and he says, "You heard that there will be all player links, like no need for the same country or league with chemistry. What do you think of that?" We did briefly talk about it within this video, but if it was to make things a lot easier with chemistry, I'm all open to it. I would really like to see Ultimate Team have the ability where I can link up any type of player. If I wanted to play with CR7 and also Mbappe within the same team, both of them being up front, I should be able to do so without the worry of, okay, I need to have Bruno here so that he links to Ronaldo to give him full chemistry. And I need to have a Ligue 1 French player on the other side to link to Mbappe just to give him chemistry. It really weakens the team because of it when I just want to be able to play with the players that I want to play with. Anyway guys, here are just a few ideas of features that myself as well as the community would like to see within FIFA 23. If you got other ideas which weren't mentioned within this video, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.